Okay, so today we are going to be working on lesson 2.8 in our Go Math materials. So you are going to need pages 131 through 136, okay? Pages 131 through 136. If you don't have those, a pencil and your whiteboard, you're going to want to go grab those, okay? We are going to be starting on page 131 at the middle of the page where it says unlock the problem, okay? So I'm going to jump right in. If you need to pause the video or go back and rewatch the video, that's the great part about distance learning is we can do that as many times as we need to and want to, okay? So let's take a look at this part where it says unlock the problem. A new music group makes 6,127 copies of its first CD. The group sells 75 copies of the CD at each of its shows. How many shows does it take the group to sell all of the CDs? Okay, so essentially they made 6,127 copies of the CD. Okay, that's how many copies of the CD that they made. Then it talks about how they sell 75 copies at each show. So what we're trying to figure out is 6,127 divided up amongst 75 different shows, okay? And I'm going to do the work on here since there is some room over here off to the side. So the first thing we're going to focus on this box first. The first thing we're going to talk about is we have a two-digit divisor out here, right? We have 75. So I'm going to start by doing a running total. This is just like the work we did last week, okay? So I'm going to start by creating a running total. So we have 75 plus 75, okay? If we add those up, we get 150. So we know that 75 times 2 is 150. 75 times 1 is just 75. We're going to add another 75 to that. 225. Okay. Add another 75 to that. 7, 8, 9, 10. 2, 3. Okay. Now, I'm going to add another 75 since I can just quickly do that. And that gives us a running total of through the multiples of 75 through 5. Okay, so I'm going to go back to my problem because we are going to run into a little bit of a dilemma here. And the reason why I started off doing this is so I could show you what that dilemma is and then teach you how to overcome it. So we're going to look at this step by step. 75 cannot fit into 6. It's too big. 75 can also not fit into 61. Okay, and that's the problem we have. So we have to look and see how many times can 75 fit into 612. Okay, so we only went to 375 here. So I would keep adding 75 until I get pretty darn close to 612. Okay, I'm going to keep doing that. I'm at 525, 10, 600. Ooh, look, I'm close. 600 if I go all the way through 8. Okay, so that's why I'm saying start by doing it through 5, but continue on if you still don't get close to the number you're looking at. Okay, so 75 fits into 612 8 times because 8 times 75 is 600, and that's close to 612, but it does not go over. So it fits 8 times, and 8 times 75 we already know is 600, and we subtract. 2 take away 2 is, or 2 take away 0 is 2, 1 take away 0 is 1, 6 take away 6 is just 0. We have to bring down that 7. Now we're going to look to see how many times 75 fits into 127 without going over but getting close. Okay, so let's look here. We have 75 times 1, which is 75. 75 times 2, which is 150. 75 times 3, which is 225. That's already too big. Okay? So, we look here and we go, okay, even 2 is too big because that's 150 and that's more than 127. So it only fits one time without going over but getting close. 1 times 75 is just 75. And we subtract 2. We have to borrow 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7 is 5. So we have no more numbers to bring down. We have 52, which is now our remainder. Okay, so that's a big remainder. 81 remainder 52 is our answer. So it's asking us how many shows does it take the group to sell all of the CDs? Well, since we have a remainder, we have to automatically round up. So instead of it being 81 and some of the show, because we have to have a full show, right? We have to have 82 shows to sell all of the CDs. Okay? So essentially, this is exactly the same type of work that you did last week for 2 days, okay? There was 2 days worth of work. I believe it was lesson 2.6 and 2.7. Okay, so this is the exact same thing. The only thing that they've changed is that you might have to add that number multiple times, more than 5 times, okay? We'll do a couple more. I want to look at page number 132, and I want to look at number, wait, I don't want to look at this page. I want to look at this page. 133, I'm sorry guys, 133, okay? It looks like this. It says on your own at the top, okay? And I want to look at number 9. And I also want to look at 7 and 9 together, okay? 7 and 9 together. And I'm going to pull my whiteboard out for this because there is not enough room to write on this paper. It is tiny, okay? We're going to start with 7. So we have 975 divided by 15. So let me get my marker here. 975 divided by 15, okay? 975 divided by 15. So I see my 2-digit divisor, and I'm going to start creating a running total, okay? That is 30. So we know that 15, oh, sorry, you can't see that. Let me back up a little. There we go. 15 times 2 is 30. 15 times 1 is obviously just 15. Let's add 15 to that again, and we get 45. Okay. Add 15 again, and we get 60. Add 15 again, and we get 75. Okay. So that's through 5. Now let's look at this problem over here. 15 cannot fit into 9, but it can fit into 97. I only went up to 75 here, so I may need to continue adding 15 to this to come up with a number that's close to 97, okay? 7, 8, 9, that's 90. Looks like 6 did it for us, okay? So we have 15 into 97. So we want to know how many groups of 15 there are in 97. So we go down here, we look at this. 6 gets us to 90, which is close, but doesn't go over, right? Close, but doesn't go over. So we're going to use 6. Okay? The beautiful part about this is we know what 6 times 15 is because we did it over here. 6 times 15 is 90. Now we subtract. Okay? And then we take a look at this and we go, okay, 7 take away 0 is 7. 9 take away 9 is 0. Bring down the 5. Bring down the 5. So we have 75. So then we look at it and we go, okay, how many times can 15 fit into 75? We look at our running total over here. Voila, look, it fits exactly 5 times. Okay, so we're going to place our 5. And 5 times 15 is 75 exactly, and we subtract to get 0. So we have no more numbers to bring down, which means we don't have a remainder. Let's check our answer. So we're going to take, I'm going to use green. We're going to take the number we got, which is 65, and we're going to multiply it by that divisor, which is the number outside the cage. We always put the big number on top and the smaller number on bottom when we stack it. Let's do that math. 5 times 5 is 25. Carry the 2. 5 times 6 is 30, plus 2 more is 32. Cross out what we've used. Add 0 as a placeholder since we're working in the tens place now and not the ones. 1 times 5 is 5. 1 times 6 is 6. And we add those together. We get 5, 7, 9. 975, 975. So we know our answer is correct. Okay? This is exactly what you did last week, except for you might have to add a few more to get to the number you need. Okay? So I'm going to put my answer in on that one, which is number 7. 75 is the answer we got. No, 65, not 75. Sorry, I was thinking of what we were getting there. Okay, 65 is our answer. Okay? This is essentially what you did last week, guys. It is really no different, okay? It's exactly what you did last week in lesson 2.6 and 2.7. It's really just kind of extra practice. And then they added that extra piece that you might have to add a few more times to get a bigger number to divide, okay? So I'm going to go ahead and assign your practice problems since this is pretty much a review, okay? On these ones, 2 through 4, it says adjust the estimated digit in the quotient if needed, then divide. So that number might be wrong and you might have to make some adjustments, okay? They're just trying to trick you. I want you to do number 2. 5, 6, 8, and 10. Okay, so on page 135, you're doing 2, 5, 6, 8, and 10. And don't forget to put your name at the top. Forgot to do that. Then on page number 136, you are doing number... I want you to try number 1. Yep, try number 1 on that one, page 136. So that is a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 problems for today. Okay, on page 135, you're doing 2, 5, 6, 8, 10. And then on page 136, you're doing number 1. Okay, that's a total of 6 problems. Have a great day. If you need help, come to office hours or give me a call and I can walk you through it. We'll see you in the next video.